Hello, everybody. Oh, yeah, hold on a second. I'm going in my eyes. Hello. Oh, look
Hi.
who's here.
The show has started.
I just got on. Well, we're starting exactly at 9. I just got home from work not long, man.
Okay, then I'll join you a little bit then.
All right. Look, I baked some cornbread.
Okay.
I'm about to mooch on this before I get started. I'm
I like how
hungry.
you did your hair today. It's cute.
You do? Oh, thank you. Pigtail.
Yeah.
Pigtail. Hi, guys. How are you? Welcome to the show. I'm gonna be eating. Mm. So let me share the show. Let's go check and see if we're live on every platform. Mm. Happy weekend. How you doing? How life treating y'all? Welcome, 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 y'all. Here you go. Let me see if I'm.
Enjoy.
Let me mute you a little bit.
Hey, baby.
What's up? What? Where you going?
Yes, my last one. Hey, look, I don't want that. Look at.
Let me mute you. Uh-oh. Anna, you want to mute yourself? It's not letting me mute you. I think it's mute. I just can't see it. Welcome to the show, guys. It's gonna be another interesting one. A really, really interesting one. Okay. Brace yourself. Hope you guys are ready. Let me put my microphone in because it looks like I'm talking in it, but it's not set. So you don't look at my wig. Okay. We are here. You guys, I'm wearing this thing that I wore under my clothes today because I just got home and I'm like, how my face looking fast so tiredness. The story of America, American dream. We are here. What's up? How you doing? Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing great and you guys are having a great, great time. What's it behind? Okay, so we are live. Clearly, I can see it. We're gonna do our due diligence. We're gonna check YouTube. It looks like I always forget YouTube and I don't really monitor it. I'm gonna start logging into YouTube to be looking at it from another computer. But welcome to Let's Talk with Miss V. My name is Felicia. We got some new followers. Just want to say welcome. We are definitely building this community and I'm excited for it. So thank you guys for all the support. Shout out to all of our day one people. You guys were coming up to 1 year. September 29 is when I started going live. And, you know, I've been thinking how this whole vision has changed um, over the few months that we've been here. We started out with a momentum and we are still here with it. So, absolutely grateful and thankful for each and everyone who have passed through here and those who are still here. Um, thank you all. Just want to say thank you. Gracias. Bonita. Yeah, man. So let me share the show. We are going to start exactly at 9 o'clock. Hopefully, our co-host is gonna make it on here. Where are you? You recommended this topic. I need you to be here. So welcome. All right, so let's do it. Type in the comment section where you're watching from. If you're watching, I don't see anybody watching right now. Type in the comment section where you are from. And then, as always, what is something really, really nice that someone did for you or you did for someone? Let's share. Share, 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 guys. Sharing is caring. It makes the world go round and round. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Love everyone. Yeah. What's up? Who's coming? Yeah, I was eating my cornbread. I don't want y'all to see my eating mug. So tell me how I had this app for a while. You're sorry, I'm hungry. Hmm. We come from pushing hours, okay? We come from pushing hours. Yeah, allow me to eat. I beg you. Mm. Ayaka, ayaka. So real quick, I'm gonna share the show. We got maybe about 10, 11 minutes left to get really, really started. Oh, you guys, let me pin the link in the comment section. It's very easy. Just tap on the link and you can join me right up here, okay? So let's do it. Where is it? We gotta eat. I'm coming from pushing in hours. Oh man. Yeah, it has been, how do I say? Let's just say few things have been happening. And it's been a year to say the least. I'm definitely grateful, but there have been some really tempting and crazy stuff happening. But I always smile through it, because life, there's some places I've been in my life and I just feel like nothing else can happen to me that will literally break me anymore. So when I see I'm like, oh you, I got you know. But God's been faithful and He's really been showing up. So shout out to you, God. Shout out to you, God. I love you, God. Thank you for being the dependable God you are. Because who knows what would have happened to me by now, right? So, but we just want to say thank you, God. Shout out to you, God. Oh man, share in the comment section, you guys. Share the show with your people, my people. Then, what's happening? I pinned the link in the comment section, and now we share it. You guys, we've been Rising Creator for a good month now. Yeah, I've been engaging. Which one of you guys really like my crazy posts? So this week, I discovered how to use AI to do my pictures, and I've been going like crazy with it. I know you guys are tired with it, but I'm gonna take a break from it. Oh no, I might try it again. with some other pictures and see what I come up with. But yeah, you guys, I'm eating here. All right, I'm gonna start. That looks so bad. I'm just watching on my other thing. But yeah, guys, I'm hungry. Man, I just got home. Had to ship up the littles somewhere. They're gonna bed. Little lady with dad. I don't know if she's actually sleeping. I don't know. That girl likes her daddy. So as I was saying, I recently learned about AI, and yeah, I have been going nuts. So we're going to hashtag everyone. Where is everyone? Hashtag Facebook page. So now press that. Let's invite people. Now we share. I got literally 7 minutes. 7 minutes to share the show. You guys, this topic that I'm about to share was actually suggested. So again, disclaimer, if it's your first time here, I am not a relationship coach or expert in any type of way. My contents are mostly based on opinion and um, personal experiences and things like that. So if it's your first time here and you're just coming across us, say welcome. If you are someone who likes anything, all things um, controversial related to relationship, marriages, family life, anything social that we deal with on a daily basis, this is what we try to discuss on here. We come up with questions and things, those thought provoking question that you want to ask, but you're a little bit like, would somebody be offended to talk about it? So that's what we do on here. I know I don't really do a good job like introducing the platform when I start the show. It's something I've been thinking about. So I know we always have new people. There are a few new people joining us. And we just want to say welcome to our table. There's a seat here at this table. Whenever you want to join us, there's the link in the comment section. You can always type on it and you'll be right up here with me. And we will be discussing the issue. So welcome to Let's Talk When You Speak. My name is Felicia. I am your auntie, your uncle, your whatever you want me to be, your niece, your friend, your confidant. If you want to talk to me, if you want to DM me, there are some topics you have you would think it would be related to whatever it is we're doing here and you want us to discuss it. I am here, open ears, arms, everything. Just DM me, let's talk about it. When we hit, I am praying and hoping when we hit September that we be in about 5,000 follow. Currently, we're sitting at 4 point something follow, and we've literally increased our engagement, and Facebook is definitely recognizing. So we're getting there. I'm getting excited. I know I talked to you guys a few months ago that I was trying to get something on the radio. Um, that hasn't really panned out like the way I wanted it to be. There's still some few things being worked on. And then also my schedule just got really crazy. I thought I was leaving a really good schedule to get something way better. Like the saying go, the grass is not always greener on the other side. So you guys bear with me. There's a segment of this show that I would really like to do during the day where I call it beyond beyond the theme where we will find people where we that are influential within the Liberian community or like anywhere in the world that are Liberian and is willing to rep Liberia. And we're going to do some interview sections. So other young Liberian, I think nothing great is really on the internet. We want to change that. We want to like change people's mind to understand that there are great content out here that are being produced by Liberian. We want to be one of those people. Okay. And so, with that being said, I got 3 minutes to share this. I just wanted to tell you guys welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Felicia. I am your host. I am excited. Tonight, we're talking about those relationships that comes or migrate to the United States and does not make it. We all know those. We know those household names. I am not talking about a relationship that people are here, they go back home, and then they bring people. No, I'm talking about relationship that we know that we look up to from back home that we're like, yes, this is the relationship I want to imitate when I grow up. And then when they get to the US, things just go south. We want to talk about that. And I think that's something that we don't talk about a lot. So we're going to dive into it. I hope my co host can join me tonight because he actually suggested this topic. So let's do it. If not, I am going to do my best to cover it, and maybe we can do a part 2 if he's able to join. But with that being said, welcome to the show, guys. I am excited to be here, and I can't wait for us to get engaging. All right, let's try the show. With Planet Talking, I have missed the time, so we're going. Mm-mm-mm. We're going to share, 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 share. Oh, yeah. Happy weekend, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What was something amazing you did for someone this week? Might not be the week or today, or did somebody do something amazing for you? The little things count, guys. The little things count. Okay. Well, Corey, let's dive into it. Let's go. Let's go. Second table. I know they're gonna kick me out of it. Lord, 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 they're gonna kick me out of these groups. Because I be sharing. I don't know why they don't like you just sharing these groups. This is crazy. Y'all, y'all not allowing people to share. What's wrong with y'all? If I do great, you do great, okay? All right, we are going. We are going. You hear the madam. That's my daughter and her dad. I don't know what's going on, but I want to know. There we go. So we sharing. It's 9 o'clock, y'all. Ah, it's 9 o'clock. All right, we're about to get started. Let me finish sharing real quick, please. Allow me to enjoy myself. No, I think I changed the song. It's allow me to be your man and keep your hand, make me understand. Yeah, I used to like that song so bad. So that was coming from work and I was jamming it, y'all. Jamming. Eh? When I said, yeah, 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 ooh, 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 ooh. One person's watching. Hi, what's up, y'all? How you doing? You guys, do me a favor. I don't think I asked you guys for much. I haven't really started asking you guys for stars and all of that. Eventually, we're going to get there. But right now, I just feel like we're trying to put a household name, so I don't really ask you guys for much. The only thing I ask you is to share the show. Just share. It's so easy. Just click on it and click share. You know. It's very, very easy. You can do it, and you don't have to, it doesn't take you much. So I don't know. You guys need to share the show with that. Hello. What's up?
Well, so I'm okay. How are you too?
I'm okay. I was like, they may were cooling on ice. Then they were busy. Oh.
What did I what did they do?
They were busy. Oh. Ah,
Give me your device hat, huh?
yeah, man. They were
Yeah,
acting up on me.
I trying to connect to my Bluetooth, but like
All right.
it's misbehaving. Okay, I
Yeah,
finally got it.
man.
Okay, I finally got it.
They were when I try, yo. They were a few times sharing all my funny video, man.
You just get wahala.
I can be at work. I be sitting there when nothing going on. I said, we gonna stay active on Facebook. I go be saying before I know picture come on there. I turn to go back.
I know you can be at work. Like what she's doing.
Ah, yeah, yeah. We are beyond some division shenanigans. All right, guys. I just shared the show. Our co-host is here, so we're gonna do this thing.
I know, right?
We'll do this thing. One more. All they want to share my show to be declining the shit.
Man, yeah.
They want you, but as soon as you're causing stuff, I wouldn't fight you on it. That come there, For now, if I lost any of you guys speaking my native tongue, tag a Liberian friend, you have to explain it, okay? You say I can speak colloquial, yeah, for you now.
What's it you must speak local?
You say I can speak colloquial. Let me speak it colloquial. I was in Liberia and a friend of mine, her brother was around, and we went to what was it? We went to Waterside. I was trying to get something, and the girl said, "Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't talk. Let me try to ask this woman for the price. Just stand way over here and wait, okay?" So because they were laughing, they said your colloquial sounds different. I said, "No, it doesn't." So she went and said, how much is this?" She said it, and the lady gave her the right price, right? As soon as I went and I said, "Wow, how much is it?" The lady inflated the thing, and I was like, "What is going on, y'all?"
I know, right?
The boy came and said, "But how I can steal so?" He said, "But the woman I'm from here."
Is it a wanna?
The woman I'm from here, the woman get blood. Oh man, I thought I shared that funny story. That was funny. I miss LIB. Man.
Yeah, you'll go there. One day you'll go there.
Yeah.
So how has it been? I mean, how has it been? How it's like Muffy young girl. See her making muff this morning.
The
I
girl was saying, "Thank you, Jesus."
look at Jesus muff. Thank you, Jesus muff. Mm.
That girl is an entertainer, yeah. I think if I start doing video of her posting it, a lot of people probably follow my page. She is hilarious. She's funny. Everything's good. It's been some little ups and downs, but God remains faithful. We're grateful to be alive and to be able to, be here. So we tell God thank you for that. We can't complain. How about you? Ah, we can hear you.
Are you hearing what me myself?
Mm, nah, hey, then, Y'all, welcome to the show. We want to welcome our new followers. We got some new followers. Shout out to them. I probably need to start doing those. list of new people and give you guys badges and things like that to say welcome. You guys, I'm learning this whole Facebook thing still. Bear with me. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
I think the only thing I didn't I'm not screaming on my page tonight. That's the reason. So
Um,
yeah.
yeah, we missed you last week, but we have Mr. Walker on here. Where is he? Can he come on? Oh, not on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know whether Walker will come on. I don't know. I think he come on Sunday, then Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, this topic would have been great for him. Anna is
We,
here.
we, we could do a part one today. We could do a part one today and look at the negatives. Then
Yeah.
we'll probably look at the positives too, though.
And tomorrow we look at positive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's 9:07. We'll try to stretch this to just 1 hour, please.
I hope we do that.
Yeah. Um, but welcome to the show. Are
Well,
you
Anna is on video, but says please her video is dark.
are you
I'm
driving?
going into a light. I just got home, so I'll get into
Ah,
light and
she's building that
So,
confidence. She's coming on.
I'll call you guys.
Yeah, that's one
So
of
I'm
the
gonna mute myself and I'll take my baby out and I'll call you. I will get back on.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You guys, we're doing it. She's getting comfortable, warming up. We're about to reveal her face. She's coming. But anyways, let's jump into it. Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia. I'm your host. I want to say shout out to all of our new friends that are following us. Thank you for stumbling upon us, even if you didn't mean to. You are in a great place. Over here, we talk about all things relationship, day to day family life, social issues, controversial, thought provoking topics that you may not feel comfortable asking someone, but remember, someone's always thinking about those questions. So this is where we talk about it. I am not a relationship expert or anybody else on this show. We are just here to share our opinion, experiences, and things, age, and every walk of life that we've been through to learn from each other through our opinions. So, with that being said, welcome to this platform. This is your home. There's a seat at the table for you. At any time, you can click the link in the comment section and join us, okay? Without further ado, let me welcome our co host.
yeah, Brilliant just said, Fee, and it is good that we come here to discuss issues, some of discuss most of the social issues, things that are affecting the lives of our people, and things that actually affecting in our community, our society, need to be discussed here on this beautiful, important platform. I think like we said, we're not expert on any topic here. We bring us this topic and by the way, the topic was given to me by one of our follower also. She's
Nice.
an ardent follower of our show, and she said, "Oh, I think we need to discuss this topic," and that's the reason why I posted it for us to some. She's following now, but like I said, we are not experts on on these topics, and we just bring it here to discuss it based on people or view about it, and then we give our own opinion on what we think these things happening, and then we give pieces of advices that people could follow so that tomorrow if someone wanting to do similar thing like that, would think twice. Say, well, I listen to a platform and these people, talk about it. And another thing I try to, to put here again is that we are not doing anything because we want thousands of followers. If we have 10
Right.
5% following us, watching the show at the time, we won't have problem with it. Idea our message will go across to our constituents, to our followers, to whosoever going to listen to it. People going to follow it because for instance, if the show was how they call it, show that had to talk about insolent show, there be people insulting and saying all kind of negative thing, discussing people personal issues here, you would have seen how powerful or how packed the place was going to be packed. There wouldn't have been no seat for people to be viewing here. But for us, we are not into that play. We can discuss issues that affect our society, issues that affect our community, issues that affect family, and that's why we're here to discuss. So on that note, my name is Andrew. I'm here tonight, and today we hope to stick to an hour or even later hour and 15 minutes so we can be able to end the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh man, welcome. And I was a little bit busy. So thank you guys. Thanks to that to one of our followers that shared that question. You guys, any of you can DM us questions or topics that you think is necessary for us to cover, and your topic could end up right here. So we want to say thank you to our followers for trusting us to think that we can discuss this topic. We really appreciate it. So let's dive into it. Why does most African marriages fail after moving to the diaspora? Like the Western world, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful question, and I wish the person who suggested that topic is currently following. I hope she does. But in this has been playing on the minds of other people, and when you see people bringing us sorry, and this topic have been in the corridors of our African society, community for a very very long time, but
Yeah,
it is with people just start to bring it out to be able to discuss it, and so we
yeah,
see how best we all can talk about it and something. But I think there are some factors that are responsible, you know, to some of those things. And one of the key factors I want to highlight here, Anna, she's here smiling, already ready to give her into it. But I think one of the factors responsible for me is lack of commitment, a lack of
yes,
commitment into it, because or lack of honesty.
yeah,
You know, people are not honest, people are not committed, and people are not trustworthy. These are some of the negatives that are associated with, with the diaspora thing. People move, come from Africa, and they come to the diaspora, and then the relationship, just break up, and I think it's sad. But but I just came to, highlight those 3 points, that we all could maybe look at it. I don't know your points, and we can delve into them individually. But I say, like, honesty, that it is dishonesty, commitment, lack of commitment, and transparency into something like that will cause some of these things to happen. People are not honest. Okay.
right. I agree. It's crazy. I was just looking online after I saw that topic, and online there are people who's really been asking these questions on Google. It's really crazy how many people type these questions in and want to know, why. I agree with you. I think lack of commitment, but I think it's just across the board. But I would say specifically when it comes to couples or African couples that comes from back home that migrate to the US. I think it's just culture change and understanding the differences of that culture. And women start to understand like they have more rights than they were given back home. Men is a culture shock for men because it's a little bit different from how men will conduct themselves and women will conduct themselves. Women have opportunity to earn and take care of themselves. Not that I don't think that women can't earn back home, but there's more opportunity for them to do that out here. And so that really makes it easier for women to be able to stand on their own instead of them just following whatever their spouse will say. So they can decide to do that. Also, I would say children also play a key role into that, like just understanding the dynamic of raising family in the US, the amount of effort and time. And if you don't have the partner that understand and that you guys both can really navigate, and have a one understanding and somebody not feeling like um they're being controlled, like just not having that key communication between both of them to understand the culture and how it works, even though each person may have their own understanding of what what the community or the environment they're in, what it's asking for, and how to support each other, then it makes it easier. But I think that's one of the key, like people not understanding their environment, jumping into it, and other voices are telling them, now you're here, you're a woman, you can do this, or man, oh, you're a man, you're here, why are you even washing dishes, man, don't do this, just the differences in dynamic. I think that's very huge. People don't really focus on it, but I think it caused a lot of problem on that. So when I saw this topic, it really hit home, and I was like, oh, that's a really good one. So I will stop there for now. I'm not sure if Anna is able to, chip in a little bit. Um,
Hi, everybody. Thank you for
yeah,
having me.
you're welcome. It's good to see a beautiful face.
Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping Andrew, and I was trying to grace Andrew and Jimmy with my presence today.
I
So
know, right? Jimmy's somewhere hiding. Who knows?
I know.
No, Jimmy will always hide, and Anna is here visible already, so I don't know why Jimmy is hiding. But
Jimmy, you better come online because if I hear that you didn't come online to talk to me today, then we'll have a problem.
I know,
and see
right?
how you
Anyways,
see how your beautiful smiles look like. So
thank you
I
so
know,
much. I'm
right?
blushing. Anyways, so today's topic is very interesting because, I believe that in today's world, marriages fail a lot because regardless of where it is, whether the diaspora or, anywhere else, even the back home in Africa and, anywhere you can imagine, I think they fail because nowadays women are beginning to work, just like Miss Fee mentioned. Women are beginning to take control of their lives. They're able to fend for themselves and not really depend on men. Back in the days, women were relying on their husbands, their parents, their fathers, or any male figure in their family. Now women are able to work, they have opportunities to better themselves, and sometimes it affects the men in their lives. Let's say for example, marriages, as we're talking about. Let's say a woman comes from Africa, gets here, she was never working back home, she was mainly a housewife, right? And then they come to somewhere like the US, where now they're able to work and get as much money, even provide for their family, and not have to wait on their husbands to give them that allowance to provide. And the husbands don't understand that, okay, they have a difficulty adapting to the fact that the women can no longer clean, cook every day the way they used to when they were back home, right? So that adaptation of the women coming here, being able to work and fend for themselves, having the money, and then a man coming home and not having food, fresh meals every day, or having the pounded fufu or eba every day can be a problem. And most times back home, women were more of like the submissive type, where they were taught you can't talk when a man is talking. You have to be quiet. No, you have to listen when a man talks. A man can disrespect you because he's fending for you. You just have to sit quiet because you're the wife, right? Now,
Right.
women have learned to advocate for themselves. They're now learning to speak up and also leave relationships that are toxic, which all of these things are adding to the statistics of failed relationships, right? So all these things used to happen before, but because you were taught to endure and not move on so quickly, and then now you're in a place where you have all the freedom, you're able to speak for yourself with no one fending for you, you can fend for yourself. It's one of the reasons why I think it's causing a lot of breakage in marriages. And the last thing I would like to end with is understanding of your role.
Right.
Back in the African community, women understand their role, right? Like they know women, if you're a wife, you're supposed to make sure you provide for your husband. Sexually, you're supposed to cook, make sure the dishes and everything, the house is put together. And then you come here where in the Western world where you're going to work, you come home, you're so tired, you don't have all that energy to, you know, um, do those things that you used to do before compared to when you were back home not working, right? Now you're here where you guys have to almost split the responsibilities in the home. I think most times our women forget to know that your husband can still be the head of the household, but making sure you guys stay in communication. Communication is the key. You guys can still split that role without your husband feeling like you're disrespectful, right? You can
Yeah.
try to be as nice as possible. Say, hey, babe, I'm sorry I couldn't cook today. Can we eat out today? And then tomorrow, when I have more time, I'll cook. And then beg him, hey, I'm not home yet, or I'll not be home until later today. Can you help clean the dishes or something? I think it's about how you communicate with your husband. So I don't necessarily think that marriages have to fail, but if we control the way we talk to our spouses, both men and women, it would help reduce some of these connotations that people have about women or husbands when they leave another country to come here. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, great point you made, Anna. That you made a very brilliant point tonight on what we discussing. And you're talking about the independences of women nowadays. Many of them, have been independent, and they are playing their own role in the home, fending for the family as well. They are working and making tremendous contribution towards the family upkeep in the home, and because of that, uh, people like the men, like we men, most of us, like if he mentioned something like a cultural difference, a change of environment, and because of that, stress will be on a woman's side. For instance, you get a single woman is here in the US, or wherever part of the world she is, and the husband is back in home, and she's there fending, trying to work back to back to get you people up here, and then you on the other side you misbehaving too, vice versa. So these are some of the things that are contributing directly to us, the failed marriages, like you mentioned. But the issue, the independence of the women, like you mentioned some key thing that I want to also throw light on it, like you talk about the issue about women playing their role in the home. So you as a woman, it doesn't mean because you use your hard-earned resources or hard-earned money to bring the man back in the country, or bring the woman in the country, vice versa, whatever the case may be, and then you want to use that to trample on the rights of that person. You say, well, I brought you here, and it's happening right now, especially most of the African community, in the Liberian community too. They bring their women from Africa, and then in a case study of how to call it rich men and whatever you call men and CC maintain. This was a typical case study that we could look up to. So you took the guy from Africa, then you brought him here, or you took the woman from Africa, wherever you brought him to the diaspora, and before you used to live together. But then once disrespect start to come in the home by either of the partner, it will contribute to failing to a failed marriage. Because no man wants to get disrespected, no woman wants to get rights, no woman wants for her rights to be violated, no woman want to be sexually abused. So when these things are happening in the home, it does contribute, or do contribute, to the failed marriages that are going around in the place here. But one thing we want to understand, like you said, which I want to talk about, it doesn't matter, because you talked about it earlier, that she talked about the issue of people, have cultural diversity, people from different cultural background, or let's say that type societal environment, right? So I've been in Africa, and I came in the diaspora in the US, say for the US, I'm there. And then the environment. So, but that doesn't change me, right? Because I came, I saw people doing something that is their environment and their culture. But for me, I came, I should not adapt similar culture. So I need to hold on to my spouse, so both of us to be able to build that strong relationship, build that bond, to be able to build. Because the reason why we're here, we came for the purpose. And when that's done, because we don't want to see our children seeing us, misbehaving, in the home, and then the father is walking away, the mother is walking away, the father doesn't sleep home, the mother doesn't sleep home, and all those kind of things. So as a woman, you should know your role in the home. What role do you have to play? It doesn't mean you're making tons of dollars, you should disrespect your husband. No. You the man, it doesn't mean because you took your money and you brought her and you want to infringe on her rights. So those are things that are contributing to some of the failed marriages in our African community. Because people for the Westerners, they don't care, right? But for you, African, you know where you came from. Why did you come to the diaspora? And then somebody came and say, "Oh, I have adopted the culture of of the Western world. So because of that, I don't care." And many of them do that. Many of them do
Right.
that. Oh, because yeah, because the Western world, the America or the Canada, whatever, they give women exclusive rights. But it doesn't mean you got exclusive right. I'm here, I advocate for women back to back, and I will not stay here and see women being violated and I support it. But equally so, like you said, Anna, women role should be defined. What is your role in the home? Should you disrespect your husband because you are making tons of money? No. I know a lady who was making almost more than two times of what her husband earned. But when she comes home, she's the wife in his home. And that's how. So it doesn't matter you work back to back, but when you come home, know that you were who told you the what man, they don't know that the rule and the wife rule. In a much that the women are contributing to the home, but when the women get home, some of the men will know, yes, this is my wife or this is my husband. I must give respect. I thought to point that out, and I will pause on it, and then maybe Fee can come in and we'll continue the showdown.
Can I
Uh,
interject before
yeah,
Miss
go
P
ahead. Go ahead.
comments? So you made a comment about not forgetting your values or adapting when you come to a different country. One second, please. Can I have more? I don't have any more. Sorry. So I think that when you go to a different country, it's very important to adapt. Whether or not you like it, it's good to adapt because it will help
No,
you
when I'm
teach
talking
you.
about when I'm talking about adapting, things from we're not looking at the negatives.
Okay,
No, I'm not
okay.
looking at the negatives. I'm looking at you got to adapt the
The
positive
positives.
part,
Okay, yeah, I was
not the
about to
negative ones.
clarify
Yeah.
that it's good to
Okay.
adapt to if you want to maintain your culture or your values from back home, make sure that there are things that are positively going to influence your spouse's relationship or you guys' relationship. Let's say, for example, you're one of those men that used to provide back home, you never used to wash dishes, and you come home, your wife came back from work. She should at least see you washing the dishes just to help her. It does not mean that you're less of a man, you know? So,
Right.
so I think that those are some important things that people need to remember when they're in a relationship. Another thing that I also like to add is when as a woman when you move into another country, it's always good to look at things from good and bad sides, right? Try to pick out the good things that you see in that country so that it will also positively influence your relationship. Like back home, I don't think a lot of women used to use like, you know, things to spice up their marriages, right? Like learn to take your husband out on a date, like those little things. So when you go to a different country, you can also adapt by learning the things that people are doing that are positive that can help your relationship. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you come out and look at people that are married and you tell yourself that oh, I want to be like this American person or this Canadian person who is a slave queen when you're supposed to be a wife. You know, wives, you have to really know how you balance yourself when you move to a different country so that you're not copying the bad things, but you're also copying the good things to help enhance your relationship. So,
Absolutely, I agree. Before I even say anything, hi, River Pro, welcome to the show. Anna, he said, great point. You really, I guess, whatever he was saying, it went down well with him. So, welcome to the show. You're at work. I hope you pay attention to work. But I just wanted, as we were talking, right? I went to go look at as much as our African marriages that come to the diaspora that doesn't survive. I was looking at stat from 2021. We're actually definitely still one of the marriages that compared to the Native American, like born Americans relationship, study is still showing that Black people that migrate to other countries are still higher when it comes to marriages. We still have that higher rate compared to people that were born here, and I think that really has to do with some of the culture that are being instilled into the people that are coming here. Sometimes we have the idea of like staying together
Oh, thank you
for
for
the
this
sake of
gift.
the children. Those things are also, I don't want us to like just look at it, but when we look at what we really see, you guys said everything really great. My only thing I would say is I think sometimes when we get somewhere new and we stay around people that we're familiar with, um, we women tend to listen to them more than understanding what our plans with our spouse, the dynamic that we had decided for our household is supposed to look like. I think a lot of women forget that because now they're seeing familiar faces. People are introducing different things to them. And a lot of people might say, no, I'm not easily influenced, but that's not true. Like, so I'll give you guys an example. A week ago, there's a gentleman I start on my job, and he's from Benin. And he apparently he was married to his wife. They came here. She's happened to be from Liberia. So they came to the US. They've been together since 2000, and he was like, that was the only relationship he knew. And during break time we talk about all these crazy things in the break room, and people be sharing all these things, and I don't know how he felt comfortable to start sharing with all of us how it looks like it's really eating him up because he's going through a divorce, and it looks like it's really tough for him because this is the only person he's been knowing for the past, God knows, over 20 years, and now everything's coming to an end, and it didn't really have to, but because of some really crazy things, which I don't want to like put their business out there, but some of the things he explained to me was overspending, taking friends out, like trying to bring friends into their homes that typically you shouldn't bring in your home, that's going to cause problem for them, things like that, just easily things that could be worked out. Sometimes ego get into the way, and we don't want to because now we're in America. I can take care of myself. I can do whatever. Sometimes the attitude is what really breaks the relationship. And also, I would say from the men, and sometimes the men are still stuck in their ways and just feel like they're not supposed to help out, and all they can do is just pay the bills, and that's it. And everything else is just on the women, which I think is a shared responsibility once you come to another country, because you're not in a neutral zone what you're used to. You're somewhere else, and it's better for you to have each other back. And if you don't have that, I think that's what really leads to the divorces. But I also feel like sometimes people hang on to it, especially when kids are involved. They hang on, and then when the kids grow up, because I see it a lot, where people will stay together, and then the kids turn 18. The moment the kids turn 18, that's when things breaks apart. Oh, I don't need to be with you. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you've spent all these years, you've been focused on your kids, and you forgot about your relationship. Now the kids are all grown and gone. You can't really relate with each other because the only common things you had between each other was the children and providing for them and working and making your way in the Western world. So now it's like there's no other room to like reconcile and grow, and you've grown apart. So then the only best thing to do is just go your separate way. But now you're old, like, how are you going to find someone for you guys to relate on that same level that you related with someone else? So I think the best thing to do is to just try to, instead of bringing so many people into your world, as much as you need to understand where the environment you're just moving, and of course, yeah, people that are there, you want to make sure you balance it out. Take learn the good things and understand the bad things, and you both like try to talk about it to figure out, because it can be really, really difficult if you can't communicate. And I think it all comes back to communication. If you ask
Yeah,
me, like, hmm
yeah. I mean, Fee, you strike a brilliant point. Like, uh, currently, like in the same, like I talk about, in our setting, African setting, but Liberia to be specific. I got a friend, of mine. He lives in the United States of America. To you people in North Dakota or something, that he lives. This a guy who came here, with his family, you know, through the diversity program, and they've been here together. But from the day they got in this country, they left from Liberia. According to him, what he told me, I mean, he will confide in me because I'm a friend. Besides being his friend, you
yeah,
know, he's an older brother to me. But I was his supervisor way back when we were working back home in Liberia. This is a man who confided in me with everything. Back when I was back home, he would call me most of the time and complain that this is what happening in his home. And I tell you what, both of them, I mean, according to him, they have not seen each other for almost 5 to 6 years. Yet they live in the same under the same roof in separate rooms.
that's
And
so
he's
sad.
like, he called me, I think, just a few days ago. We were talking. He like so frustrated, like he finally gonna go through the divorce because he didn't like you said. He said we're trying to reach 18, but his children have not reached 18. I think the bigger one should be 16, then the younger one should be 11, 12. The younger one. But he said, to me, like, look, my brother, I have reached to the point that I think I need to let the cat out of the bag. I think I need to go because I cannot be in my own home. I'm sure one is tormenting me about a
Mhm.
car. I was paying the car note. She transferred the car title into her name when it thinking unknown to me. All the kind of stuff she's doing it, and then she doesn't contribute to the house, to the income, to taking care of the home. But yet, and he like, look, I have reached a point that I think I need to make a decision for my life. Because he said, "Oh, he said we could sell the house. I need to get some equity from the house, so that I mean, so at the end of the day, when we sell the house, I get a late equity and then go and go and start my life over. Because I'm capable of taking care of my children, so I'm letting me appear with the child support. You know, put child with the government. No, I'm taking care of my children. So all these things, I mean, he's so frustrated. I mean, I'm like, but why would this woman do this kind of a thing? And he started giving some historical background to us that, Lord, these things happen because I think I was forewarned that I shouldn't have gotten into this marriage, but now I'm already into this marriage already. These were things that happened to me. But I have tried. He said to him, he said, look, I think I'm not perfect, right? I may have my own flaws, I may have my own issues that I'm going through, but I'm not a saint.
Right.
But that doesn't mean my wife going to hold something against me. And then to the extent, Fee, called me and he virtually shed tears on the phone. You know what he told me? He came from work, he was going, I think he went to work and he came from work, he was hungry. And then she fried plenty and he took some of the plenty, he ate some of the plenty. While rushing out of the house, I think piece of the plenty dropped on his two stairs. So he said, oh, I don't want to eat the plenty. And she started to talk to him, why must you eat my food that I cook? Your wife is telling your husband that way. You see, so people they come with different mindset into the diaspora.
Yeah.
Well, when we get into the diaspora, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, and then they mind your rights, they are under the protection of the government. So they stay in, but we men we do have right to.
Of course.
Basically all human beings have rights.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean because you are a lady, your right is shown up there. No, it doesn't mean. You should also trample on the rights of the other people. So, like you were saying with your Benny Koli, there are a lot of people in our society, in our African society, that are going through these kind of thing, challenges. Not just
Yeah.
one way. There are some ladies have been tormented in their home by their husbands. Similar thing happening to some women too as well.
Yeah.
But again, how can these things be solved? Are we forgetting about roots? Are we forgetting about those things that we're supposed to do and we have neglected them and we don't want to do them again and we just want to get ourselves focused on doing something differently? No, we cannot. You
Yeah.
cannot be the white man. You cannot adapt the system of the white man. You can adapt the positive one from there, but the negative ones should not be adapted. Because if you take the negative ones from there, what going to be with your children? So my friend right now, he's going through torment. And he told me, look, my brother, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bed. I'm gonna look, I'm gonna go for it. And then the government gonna step in, we sell the house, whatever I get from there, I start my life and move on. Because I was
Sometimes that's the
pressured.
best way too, right?
Because
Sometimes that's the only way.
yeah, I thought to have said that because you mentioned about your colleague. But these are the things that are happening
Yeah.
in our community. People back and forth, women and men. Why would you come in and you cannot stay up to committed to your partner? In terms of doing those things that you're supposed to do to also contribute towards the home. But no one is contributing, she's not contributing. She leave it up where you're gonna pay the bills. You're gonna do this one, you're gonna do the one. I get my money is for myself. Why should that be? No, it should not be. And some men also do it too. They feel the women
Yeah.
are working, they leave everything on the women too as well. So the
Right.
diaspora, African diaspora community is just problem in a much that infidelity, is one of the key things that's there, but
Right.
that should cause you people to go apart. Those things can be handled, those things can be talked about, those things can be discussed. But in the event, in the process where you're going to just abandon your home and then you don't want to contribute, you don't want to do anything, you're disrespecting the woman, you're disrespecting the man in the home, obviously, these things don't happen. It should not happen.
Right.
It should not happen. And these are who are contributing to the failed marriages in our society.
I agree. And I think about probably a week or two ago, we talk about setting boundaries, right? And I think that's something we don't do in our community a lot. I think not just marriage, but just in general, we don't set boundaries with people until those invisible boundaries are crossed, and then we start to realize, oh no, I can't accept that. It's kind of sad and funny. I know you brought up the Richmond and CC Mentine case, right? To be honest, I watch it sometimes just to kind of understand, the dynamic of what's really going on.
For,
But
for,
I
for,
was
for me, yeah, I'm not
mhm,
cutting you off. For me, I never had
uh-huh.
interest in it.
Yeah,
You know
it's
the reason
not
I never
really
had
like
interest in. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, it's not really like it's interesting, but it's just like I kind of watch it to sometimes I watch these to formulate questions and topics, from them. So I watch it and for a split second I was starting to really um feel bad for the lady, right? But then there's like this going back and forth where it's like, okay, are you like going to be human enough and sit and really, go in your quiet time and just like try to take ownership of some of the things that we women were responsible for, things that we do? Or are we just gonna keep playing the game, the game, because we are one of the most vulnerable in society, and society know that. So do we take advantage of that and we just use that? So I say this because I know she just had her birthday, and there was a question I think her best friend was asking her. And for in the beginning, I really felt like, oh my gosh, this lady is really going through a lot. And we all know she's definitely going through a lot because she was at her breaking point where they were interviewing her, asking her, when all the social media closed, when everything closed down, who are you and what really happened? And I feel like that's when you really get to understand who human beings are, right? When you have to take yourself to that place where there's no one, where you don't have to pretend anymore. You're just you looking yourself in the mirror. And I think that's what you really start to get connected with yourself. And be realistic with what's really happening. And in that moment, I really felt like she was like, oh no, I don't want to go there. Like, I don't want to see that person, you know, but that's the person you really need to know in order for you to heal. Again, I'm not a psychologist or whatsoever, but as someone who's really in tune with themselves and have gone through my own self healings about a lot of things that happen in my life, it's like she needs a lot of those to really self reflect and understand that I need to take responsibility of some of the things that happen. And I say this because it goes back to the topic where we as women, we might sit and, you know, we know how to play the system and manipulate it in order for it to work in our favor compared to men. So you have every um how do I say, you have every power to actually change the whole situation in how it works in your favor if only you can really be true for with yourself. If you can be honest with yourself and really sit and dive deep and say, you know, I'm wrong, or like, you know, why is this happening to me? Why is my family crumbling? How do we fix it? And I know there are some men that, you know, they're just at the worst end of it. Some of them don't want to contribute. They're not helpful. It's frustrating, especially to be part of the contributor to a home where you expect both of you guys to work as a team. And then now you're in this world where you don't have anybody to fall back on, but then your partner is not working with you. I can see the frustration on both ends where everybody feel like, no, I'm giving too much. And now the ego sit in and it's like, no, I live in America. I don't have to deal with you. And I think that's how human behavior is. If I don't have to deal with you, why do I need to sit here to keep taking the self hurt and the harm? I'd rather just walk away, you know? It's easier for me to walk away instead of me sitting here and trying to convince you why we need to fix it. And I think that's when people start to lash out. But I believe that's some of the reason that most of the marriages doesn't really survive. But again, like I said, study have shown the black community, like Africans, people that migrate to the US, really, really do end up having a larger percentage of marriages that actually are lasting compared to others, you know. But of course, because of social media, we see the ones that are crumbling a lot.
Yes, you. I mean, you make it. You see, uh, uh, I don't know, right? It will
Mhm.
reach a point that an individual wouldn't want to stay into one thing over and over.
Right.
He will rather say, look, let me just avoid trouble and be
Yeah,
safe than stay into this thing and fall in trouble. Because some of them will go to
definitely.
the extent to doing something that will hurt your feelings. You know, that my friend, he told me something that I told him I can take it.
Yeah, because your peace of mind is important.
This is a lady who was brought into the United States by the husband. Both of them came together. This was the man who sold the land he had for his family before they even got
Right,
married. Family gave him. He sold that land to get money. This is a man who came, who nobody could help, but somebody stood. They say, "I will help. Buy your ticket and make sure you come and settle down before you pay me." And the woman had turned against those same family people. There's a man who will do everything. I mean, he will call me and say, "Look, my brother, I know, my man, it's not easy, yeah. That this a man who will call me if he came to visit me at my working place at the time. Hey, my man, let's go have lunch. I said, let's go have lunch. He said, oh, my man, no, that lunch, just keep it. I need the money to take it home to my family. And I will say, well, my man, just leave it. We'll go home. I will find the money. Just go. You can't come here. You be hungry and go home. Let's go and eat. When you go home, I will give you whatever you need, that will help to take care of the family.
right.
This is an individual. But there's a man who's going through a situation in his home that was almost 6 years here. We have not seen each other. When we seen each other, you know what I mean? They're in the same house. she gets mad with him every time. There's a lady who planned her birthday party
Hmm.
unknowing to the man, to book a hall and
What?
did everything unknowing to the husband.
In the house?
Not else unknown to the husband,
Wow.
and then send the flyer all over. And then somebody gonna say, "Oh my man," somebody gonna call a friend. "Oh my man, send the flyer." So, "Oh my man, this your wife gonna do X and Y." It would not be easy. He said, "Ah, but I don't know about it." He asked her, and she
Oh
begin
my
to chicken
God.
out.
That's embarrassing.
So these are things that happen in into the society. But where's Anna? Has she gone? So
No,
so
she's
so
still
so
on here. Oh yeah, it looks like we dropped her.
she
Um,
dropped herself.
yeah, it looks like the network, and then she's back on.
So these are things that happening in our African society. That not just in society, but saying, but there are a lot of people going through
Which one?
torments, and they
Okay.
will say no, and they will complain. They say, well, I think I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. But why would a woman be in a house and say, no, I will not see you for almost 6 years, even though you are the man, you have a problem and this, and then you talk to the man for food, and there are a lot of things. So some people can no longer hold it. They will say,
Right.
look, let me just spill the bean, and what will be, will be. I don't care about the children, they are my children. I will see them be hungry, but I will sit here and be glad. You know, there's something he's told me
Mhm.
to the extent that I said I can take that in his presence, in his yard with another man, in
Oh
the
my God,
main car,
that's dangerous.
sitting sitting in the car for 2 3 hours. He goes outside there and ask the question, you came home, what are you still doing here? And then if you say none of your business, I mean, let's pull away and go. Pull away, and then he come back until late midnight. So, so if and these are the things, and I like told him, right? No, you got to be very, very
Mm,
careful. You want to do something to tempt you because, like you said, Fee, they know all of the loopholes that they can be used, that they can be easily covered as women, but men don't know it. So the women they know their rights, they know whatever thing they rights, the system is in their favor. So they do things to marginalize their male counterpart, which isn't good. Isn't good at
right.
all. If you don't want the relationship to, like, you want to let it go, and do not be tormenting the man, because these are things how other people go. People who are not strong enough, they will do something other. And I just told him, oh
Right.
look, my man, the best thing you can do is to avoid these things, avoid it before you put yourself into a trouble. This is America, Jack. You gotta be careful. And he said, yes, my brother, I'm working in truck line, but I think I have reached my turning point that I need to act, and I will act very soon.
I
Can you see what's
agree.
happening?
Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking about that the incident you just described. That is really, really dangerous and careless of somebody to do. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it because I don't think it's advisable if even you and someone or your partner have an argument that you stay in the same area, especially when it becomes so out of hand. But you and someone stay in a house that you guys don't see each other. I know people do it nowadays for financial reasons, like to save, or they know they're not together. And then, but setting boundaries with that is very, very important, especially if you have kids. You should, I'm not judging anybody, but I don't think that's really smart to do because, like you said, this is how people get killed. This is how, you hear something happen because somebody, their adrenaline might kicked in, and there's something in your body called fight or flight because you feel like you're in danger in that moment, and you react, and before you think about it, that's how you start to think, oh my gosh, I did something wrong. That is really, really dangerous. I don't advise anybody to do that. I think the best thing to do is to separate yourself from that situation even if you're trying to see if you can reconcile the relationship, do it from a little distance, instead of being in the same house, especially if you're deciding to start dating. At least have some boundary and respect if you guys are going to decide to stay in the same home, but keep it out of the home where you're at, because you don't know who's still interested in the relationship. The other, you might be checked out, but somebody else might still be wanting the relationship and seeing maybe one day you can reconcile and see that and lost the grip of themselves. And then either you or them stay in it, or who knows, the partner that you're bringing there might feel like they want to be macho and have a gun and shoot that person. What do you say? So that's really, really, I don't know. I don't even have the words for that. That's scary to do that. But River Says Pro posted a question. He said, I think marriage survival is highly higher among partners who previously lived together in Africa and migrate to the United States than it is with those who just petition for men or women they have not known for a long period of time, for a long time. What do you think? I agree and disagree. I think it's individual based. I agree. I think people back home that live together, they can still have the same amount of rate of staying together. Also, you can meet someone, just it's kind of like you just meet here too, if you don't live together and then you start being together, and it's the same thing. To me, in my opinion, I think it's half and half. You can survive if you live long together back home and you come here, but then what about those people that just came here, been together for that long, and then they got here and saw the grass is greener, they can care for themselves and be like, you know what, I was dealing with you because I had to back home. Now I don't have to. I'm leaving. Or, like they get here and the men say, you know what? You're not the woman for me. I found a woman that looks better and suit me. And I think this new lifestyle that I have in the US or whatever part of the world you're at, this is what I want. So I think it's just kind of like 50-50, depending on who you come across and what their morals are. And what boundaries you set, again, I'm just going to keep going back to boundaries. I think people need to set boundaries, and that's how you set values and respect for yourself. So it doesn't matter if I just, because I know people with successful marriages that just didn't live together back home, they know of each other and they come to this country and have really good relationship and they're building a nice family unit. So again, I think it's individual based. What do you, Hannah? It looks like you want to jump in there.
I see her
Yeah,
nodding her head, so
I
like she
wanted
want to
to
jump straight
agree.
in
I
there.
wanted to
Yeah,
agree with you. I wanted
yeah,
to
go
agree.
ahead.
I think that even if I don't know if there's a if the probabilities are higher when they live together. If a man or woman is being badly treated when they were back home and come here, and people mostly stay in bad relationships because they don't have a choice, or they stay in bad relationships because they will have they of the benefits they're getting from it. So if coming from Africa and moving to a westernized country is like an almost like an upgrade, right?
Right,
Women or men may sit in toxic relationships until they come here and then eventually leave because they're more independent. They've achieved what they wanted initially. So I think that it's an individualized decision. You can still be in a relationship with someone and you petition for them to come here and they still come here and leave you. So I think that it's about the person that you're marrying or the person that you're with, because you can still live with the devil in the house, right? So I
right,
think it's individualized. So I don't know if the statistics will be accurate. It may be possible that the statistics are higher for partners who live from another country and come here and their relationships don't work out. Yeah,
right.
it's just a natural thing.
Yeah, I think it's something he's trying to opinionate. I think it's coming from his view, where he using I think,
It's
he's now,
possible. Yeah, so
yeah,
I mean that's
it's
what
yeah.
we're saying. It's possible. So it
Yeah,
doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's
but it varies from people to people, individual to
exactly
individual,
that's what we're
because
trying to
you
say.
you 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 cannot you cannot guess that one accurately to say, well, this one is happening because of this one is, happening. Some of them, the one, whether they previously lived together, they don't
Right.
care when they come into the wind grow, because he said a change of environment, it's
Maybe he's
upgrade.
maybe he's also talking about like familiarity. Sometimes, if that's
Yeah.
what you're talking about, like it's true that when you live with someone prior to changing locations, you guys
Yeah.
already know each other. You know the person's flaws, compared to
Right.
someone that you maybe met online and you guys get to talk, and then when you guys stay together, when they come here, they realize that, oh, I can't deal with this person.
Yeah,
So
but
I
Right.
can
that
understand that
happens.
if
That
that's
that
what you're
normally
talking about.
happens. That normally
Yeah.
happens because what he says in there is understood. Because some,
Right.
like, if you stay with a person for a very long time, and you had the opportunity to come and say, no, I can't leave my woman, and you brought her, and then you already know each other. One of you, both of you already know each other,
Yeah.
because you know the do's, you know the don'ts, you know the likes and dislikes.
But
Unlike
let
you
me
sit
tell
here
you.
and then you saw somebody
Mhm.
on Facebook, because the person is a handsome dude or is a beautiful girl, like Anna and Fee, and then you jump behind the person, and then you go and see the person at the end of the day, and then you got married to the person and brought the person. People have not had any tangible intimacy.
Right.
You just gotta know each other 2, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 6 months, 1 year is not enough to be able to get married to somebody. So if you don't do that, and it is why people always in our open to take note. It's good to courtship. It's good to live for the person, understand the person, know who the person. But if you don't do that because you feel you want a relationship, because most of the people do this thing because they have peer pressure on them. Look, oh, you
Right.
stay here too, or you have not gotten married. No, I always told people, God will not hold anyone responsible why you didn't get married and you die. You went to help you went to Him. God will not ask why you didn't get married.
Right.
I'm the preacher, but I don't think God going to ask somebody why they didn't get married.
Right.
Andrew, that's
If,
a very good point.
yeah, so yeah,
You're
so
still
you say,
making
oh,
somewhere, right?
That's a very
yeah,
good
and then you go
point.
say no, oh, and your friends are putting, oh, you're not getting married, and the person you wrong, and you know how many of them? I know somebody who are married 4 times,
Oh Lord.
go
Well, I
back and
guess
forth, back and forth, back and forth,
back
and getting
home,
married to the person. Then at the end of the day, the marriages are not working. So why you keep
that's
doing
an
it?
individual. I think
Is
that
anyone
individual
putting
has to
pressure
check
on you to do it?
themselves.
Anyone putting pressure on you to do it? You are not forced to do that. You are not
Right.
answerable to any individual, and no pastor can force you to say, "Oh, you are not getting you are not married." So they,
Right.
they let peer pressure exert on them so much that they say, "Oh, yeah, I think I need to do the one," and then they get themselves into credit cards too much.
This
Take
is
all the
a
Ah.
credit card and go Africa, marry the person, and then come. Both men and
yeah.
women do that. And at
Give
the end of
all
the
that
day, they
tax
come,
return.
the marriage cannot, yeah, they put a tax
Miss
return.
Fee,
Especially when they get children, they benefit from the children, they take all the children money, they go Africa, they say they come, they get married, boom. Fine, you get married. But the marriage is not lasting. Because why?
Right.
Both of you have not had any intimacy that is tangible, that both of you can feel.
Hmm.
But you just met a man on Facebook. Oh, I come and got married. Somebody here just left from here recently from here, went to Africa, and then go to Labrador. I think they got married recently. The person that come back. You have not known the person for a very long time. And I told you a story before on the same platform. That's a lady where you finish, she posted today, she posted the girl face photo again today, completely crying. The kind of pain you brought in me. I brought you in this country and you left me. You want a different person. You say you can no longer be with me. These are things that hurt him. And let's be frank, women are the most victims of these circumstances, this condition that exists.
I agree. That's what
Most of
I
the
was
women that
gonna
suffer into
say.
this.
That's what I was gonna say. I think the percentage of women actually going and get men, especially in our community, the success rate is not that great. So I don't know why they keep doing it. There's very few that end up being successful, and I think that's if you've had some type of relationship with that individual while you were back home, and you came here and then you reconnected. I think your chances are a little bit higher than you just meeting somewhere. I might be wrong, But here's another question. While we're on that note, he said, guys, despite of all the breakdowns in marriages among migrants, why are people still going to Africa and importing men and women to America? Rich and Cece, wing wing. I saw, I see
People
that. Yeah,
people
go
are
ahead.
hoping
Let,
that
let,
the
let me let me
person that
okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. People
No,
are
go ahead.
hoping that the people that they're going back home with
Uh-huh.
are the one, right? They're hoping that
Right.
this time it's gonna work. They're not going to be statistic. And also they're hoping that the people genuinely want to be with them. But they don't realize that people tend to put on a front when they
They are
want
wolf in
to.
sheep clothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the video
They
I
put up a
posted today.
face. Yeah, they put up a front to make you believe that they're good, they're a good person for you and they have good intention. I am one of those people that believe in testing people, going back home before you bring them here, see what they do, test them
Right.
in different ways. You can see people's actions. Someone that is not genuine can truly show themselves without them knowing that they're showing themselves. But when you're looking at what you want to see, that's when you're blind. When you're so caught up in love, you don't see what you need to see. Little things, even something like you going somewhere with a person. Let's say a woman. I'm a woman. I go back home to find a man, and you guys maybe go out to eat or something, and the person offers to pay. Like little things like that. Not saying that you shouldn't pay for your meal, but
I'm still eating.
even something as little as thank you. Let's say you make something and offer them and they don't say thank you, or the person does something and doesn't say sorry. Like little things like that. You don't have to look at, oh, the guy is cute or the woman is beautiful. There are little things that people would do that you can tell that these people have bad characters, right? And then
Hmm.
also try to stay away from dating or being with, going back home to marry pretty boys. Like look for someone that has potential. He may not be rich, but someone that you can build something great with. And also, most of the time that people leave America or different countries to go back home and marry is because they're thinking that,
Control.
okay, they want that level of control, right? But they don't realize that you cannot control a human being. Human beings
Hmm.
evolved over time, right? They evolve
Hmm.
over time. And you have to have an open mind that if this person comes here and leaves me, I'll be okay. So you have to
Right.
be happy with yourself so that even if you go back home and meet somebody, that person will not, and that person comes here and treats you or leaves you, you still have that self containment.
Right.
So that's just my opinion. But I mean, the truth is, people do it because they're hoping that they'll find someone with the same values with them, and also they hope that since they've had bad experiences here, they want to try their own kind. I believe so.
You know, when
I'm
when
gonna let
in
you
in
speak and I
in,
say
in,
it later.
in our Liberian politics in Liberia, when you're having elections of politics, and somebody said, one of the politicians said, and I quote, he said, doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result
Mhm.
means doing nothing. Look, you cannot be doing the same thing over and over and be getting the same results.
Yeah.
So you marry the first man or woman, the marriage failed. The second man or woman, the marriage failed. The third man, the marriage failed. What the hell? You're not forced. And like I said, look, the thing is simple.
It is. It's not
God
rocket
is not going to
science.
hold you responsible why you didn't end your marriage, why you didn't get married, even though God does not support divorce.
Right.
But He also talks about it in the Bible. If you continue to check Deuteronomy or something, if your left hand if something like Bible says so red or white or gay, you should call it off.
Cut it off.
Okay, so if you feel you are not safe in a marriage, you could move. But if the person is
Yeah.
giving you a hard time and you break it up, Fine. But he's not going to ask you tomorrow when you get to heaven, hey, why you are not married? Is marriage a prerequisite going to heaven? I said no. So if you ain't asking a situation, you rather forget about it and live your peaceful life than living a life that will torment yourself.
Right.
You are not forced. You don't let people play on your emotions. You don't let people play on your intelligence. Oh, yes, you're not married. And then you married a first man, but you know that some people will be carrying the news too now. You married a first man, you didn't make it. The second man, they tell 1 year old, they will be happy to that wedding, they will be drumming up. But at the same time, they will sit down in the corner gossiping, eating the food you prepare at the wedding, and they'll be
Right.
gossiping about you.
Say that stupid one.
You got to read between the lines.
Yeah.
So there's an issue where the guy he made reference to CC and what they call it, rich men here. For me, I didn't dignify that issue because I think they were using that situation to exploit the people. Because
I
if if the CC will come on the television or on the screen on the Facebook Live and be saying all kind of nonsense about her husband, then following her, they gave him a star, or they want to use it to get money from other people. They find out I think they did. If they cut the man into infidelity, that's your husband. You came from the first time, oh, my husband, I love my husband, we'll settle it all. That was enough. It would have quieted the entire thing. But you let
right.
other people pumping you, you go beyond the scene and start to say all kind of thing. Then a rich man himself came up. And then what makes a man shame, vex, making vex? You say all the negative things about the man. You think the man will sit down and make out to defend himself too as well. It will more got to defend himself too as well. So nobody would tell you, say, oh yeah, let's get married. God will punish you for it because you didn't get married. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
check that scripture where God punishes people, because they didn't get married.
Share with me.
I want to find a scripture where
When
there in
you
the
come,
Bible, the Holy Bible that we all look into, that God say, look, if you not get married, you will not enter heaven. I want to see that book. Because people
anybody
get
who have that
and
scripture
people
share.
get and most of the things that are happening, these marriages are broken marriages are happening, they are more happening in the Christendom.
Right.
Most of them
Right.
are happening in Christendom. They go into the church and they make vow before men and God. And at the end of the day, it cannot continue only because of simple little things. I
Right.
mean, I will stop over there. Probably want to look forward to look at the next reversal proof point.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to this a little bit. You guys strike a really I think you hit it on the nail. Like it's really confusing because when you look at it, I feel like as much as people will want to, um put their partner out there, going back and forth. I think there's three things that came to my mind that I was thinking about. One, especially speaking from a woman's standpoint, because I can't really speak for men because I don't understand what goes on with men. But I think with women, especially if you've been in the US, you've tried so many relationships and it didn't work. And we see this happening with people that are single moms. And I think in our community, the African community in general, I'm not even going to just focus it on Liberia. I think the West African community in general, like that side of Africa, I feel like, and you guys, I don't know about the rest. I'm not familiar with it. I'm a little bit familiar with West African. I feel like the women are not taught, like as young girls and women, we're not taught to really fully understand and love ourselves genuinely, to be okay with if nobody was to ever gonna tell you, hey, you're beautiful, oh, I want to be with you. If a man never told you they wanted to be with you, you wouldn't, like, you need that validation from a man to really feel like you're okay. I feel like that's the problem with most women. And when we get into these relationships, we depend our happiness on that. And it becomes a problem where we're not truly fully understanding ourselves. We get out of this relationship, and the next thing you will even see in the argument, I can find men out there that will love me more than you. And it's like you're seeking this happiness and this love from someone that you have not truly understand yourself to really love yourself and know that God forbid I'm leaving this relationship. If I was never ever to be in another relationship, I am truly happy and satisfied with life, with what life has to offer, or the family and the support system I have around me. I would be truly happy, and I need to find out and understand who Felicia is, and love her for who she are, no matter who's here or not. I will be whole. I think once people understand that, then we goes to what Anna said, that that's when you start to evaluate, okay, if I'm finding a partner either here or out in our country, out of the country, overseas, whatever it is, if I find that, am I truly okay with if it work or not? Because I feel like people forget that going into a relationship is 50-50. It's either work or it doesn't work, and it only work based on what you can give. You have that 50% chance of working because of what you can give, right? And the other 50% is based on what the other partner can give, based on what you guys both agree on. But if you truly are not willing to do that, and you just think like, okay, all men here in the US have problem, I don't want to deal with them, or all men in Liberia a problem, I'm not going there, I'm just going to find one here. I truly feel like that's what a lot of people feel already before getting into a relationship, because you're missing the point. Everything is a risk in life. You're going to be taking a risk if you get into a relationship in the US. You're going to be taking a risk if you get into a relationship back home. It's understanding the dynamic of that, and knowing that, I truly am okay with whatever happened. And once you get that, I think it makes it easy. I also feel like most of the women that have failed relationship, and you guys, I know y'all ready to cancel me, but whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna tell the truth. I think most women who goes for men back home and it failed, in my opinion, they're looking for that power dynamic to control, because here most of the men don't have that power, and the women already feel like they want to be in charge. But men as a whole don't want to give them that inch to be in charge. You'll see all the argument going to that. So they truly go back home, bring these men that are totally out of the league. I'm gonna say, like, you're somebody here, you're gonna go get a man that like to go out, that like wearing designer, and that's not your lifestyle, but
That's
you
the
go
pretty
for
boy
that.
I was talking about.
Right. Right. You go for that, and you want to sponsor it, and you don't even have it. You can't afford it. You start doing that, and you start sponsoring it. And then when the guy get here, he can't get that, but he looks good. And other women who has more money, who can afford that lifestyle for him and is ready to support that. So his eyes, he's in America or in Europe, wherever he end up, he's willing to enjoy that style of life because he suffered his whole life back home. Why would he come back here and suffer and tend to get the reality like, no, you're not living the way you said you were living. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You have to, you probably on government assistance, and no fault on those people, but I'm just saying the reality of it. I think a lot of women don't go being generally vulnerable themselves and giving all that they are. They pretend and put these shows on, and I think men do it too. It's not just one sided, but I'm speaking to what the question says, why men and women are doing it. But I feel like people live these fake lives and then they show it to other people. Come here now when it's not the same. Things start to change, and they're like, you didn't love me the way you loved me when you were back home. Obviously, it's going to be different. And I'm just telling people this is some of the reason that these relationships are not working. Some of the other reasons, some people just applauding, they want to get here. Some of them have their long lost relationship that are here, and they're just trying to figure out a way to come here. But that's why you have to pray for discernment to understand what type of dynamic you're getting into. And I think that's where people miss it. So to speak to that, yes, let's answer this last question so that way we can try to start closing, you guys. We got an early day tomorrow. I work again. um River says pro said, I also think age plays a role too. I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think women were always on the clock, and we're always clock the clock is always ticking, especially when you haven't had any children and your desire is to be a mom. And I feel like once the clock start ticking, it's like, man, am I ever gonna get a good man? And sometimes some women have that opportunity once in their lives, but because they felt like they were young and they wanted to be young and free and enjoy life, and they miss out on opportunity. And I honestly know few women that have confessed like in their lifetime they've had partners like when they was in school, there were potential people that now they see they're in relationship that they're great in. Those gentlemen are in great relationship and they're like, man, this person was very seriously pursuing me, but I was playing games. So pay attention. I don't think you're too young. I think one of the things that I would like to teach my daughter, you guys, is that as much as I don't want her to be too focused on relationship, I will also want her to make it as part of her life if that's something that she desires one day to be a wife and have her own children. I want her to know, and I think both of my kids, I will teach them this. We will have conversation where they will understand that when you're in school, you don't block your way where you don't have relationships. You should build relationship. You should always have that one person in mind, a gentleman that you know like you, that you know that once I'm done with whatever I'm doing, they're still interested in me, and one day that's a potential person that I can be with, a potential partner. I think every young woman should always know someone in their circle that they're friends with, but they know that person like them, but it's not the right timing. But they're still interested enough that they know once all is done, because at the end of the day, I let my kids know your purpose on earth is to build a family and keep the human race going. That is your number one purpose in life. Everything else is what sponsored that. So I think encouraging your young children, like maybe young adult, like 18, to not just go into school and just be like, yeah, I'm just going to be educated and that's it. And then when you're done, what's next? You got the education, you got the job. What's next? Why did you get the education? Why did you get a job? Why did you want to make more money? That's where I think a lot of people need to start teaching people. But those people who don't have that background, I think once they start to get old, because it depends on where this life had led you, now you feel like you're against the clock and you cannot run nature. You cannot run after nature. Things have to take its course and happen naturally. So he says some old dude who have lived and enjoyed life will bring young girls to America and expect her to fall in line with him. Forget it. I agree. Age really does matter. And people say age is just a number. I feel like in this generation, that concept doesn't work, in my opinion. I don't think it works. I think age really do matter. Some young folks, they just want to, unless you're very, very blessed as an older man, you meet a young lady that has a mindset of how old culture was, then you're blessed. But if you don't, I don't know how that's gonna work because she's gonna be going to clubs.
Look. For me, why is
Mhm.
true? Each doesn't know. Each has a key role to play in that too. Like you said, probably if the god is old, but remember when people, when the man is older, you
Mhm.
know, he wants to get someone around someone younger, more,
Right.
so you will always see it, right? But look, let me like the from that's a great point he stressed. But I think if you know very well the guy is old, why you accept the proposal in the first place?
Mhm.
You cannot even
Stability.
accept it.
Stability. A lot of people are looking for travels and all of that.
Oh,
Young
so you
women
because
these
you
days.
because you want to travel, and then at the
Yeah,
end of the
the
day,
piece of
you want to
life.
travel. Oh, you want to travel. So at the end of the day, you leave him there, right? So
Yeah.
for me, I don't think the age factors plays into though. But I don't think it's entirely, some other thing. If you feel that the guy is old, don't go. If you feel the woman is old, why you go? Why you go beyond her?
I know.
Why you go
No,
beyond her?
I think he was saying once you start getting older, that's when they start rushing. When we come here, we're
No,
young, we're
he
doing
talks
the
about someone play a role where some old dude will have lived and enjoy their life
then they
and
go
bring a
for
young
young
girl.
girl back home.
Yeah, they masquerade or what they play at the end of it. They do all night long. Someone will take care of them. So if you see that one as a woman, why you want to go there? You don't want to do it, or you want to go get the wealth. Then when you get another person, then you say, "Oh, I'm leaving the person." So sometimes before you do, like you always said, you said something that you talk about discernment. What you discern here,
Yeah.
because you don't just get into things and fear, and then at the end of the day, you want to jump into things because what they put they play with marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is not an easy thing. The wedding is an event, but the marriage is a lifelong thing,
Yeah.
and that's what we always say. But I mean, yeah, that being that's a beautiful show because I thought you said it was going to be the last one we discussed tonight. But I don't think age does play a role too. But people should also understand that even if each of the age you see it, you shouldn't have gone there at all. You just stay back because if you know you don't have no intention of staying into the marriage, don't go into it. Not because you want to get the spoils from the marriage, you want to say, "Oh, I want to get money, I want to get this one." Then you go. Just quite recently, I saw the post from Ghana, a 74-year-old man married a 24-year-old old lady. And I mean, the man is a rich man. He got his own businesses. He got some franchises running. And then people say, "Oh, you lead the man. You lead the man." Someone is married like could be his granddaughter. I wouldn't say his daughter.
Wow.
Someone could be his granddaughter.
Well,
You
I
know,
mean, she's mature enough.
she does. She is. She's actually right. But we talk on the age issue. But the
Yeah.
man is satisfied with her. She's satisfied with the man.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's fine if she's of age.
the only unfortunate part, the guy with my go faster than her. Maybe in the next 10 years, I mean, in the next 10, 20 years, what will he do? And
And
then
that's what
20
she's
years,
looking at.
10 years from now, she'll be 34, and he be 84. So can you see the gap there? And at the end of the day,
It's
she
a
would
big
just go
gap.
somewhere. Yeah, she would just go somewhere and find someone younger, and then at the end of the day, it's something. Hey, that
Right.
young guy is giving Anna a hard time tonight, man. Yeah, we were about to
It's a,
close, so
yeah.
probably I
Yeah,
just
we're
give my
about to
concluding
close.
statement. Yeah, Anna give her a concluding thought too.
You're
Oh
muted.
shoot. No problem. I'm glad I was able to participate.
Thank you. Aw.
Thank you guys so much for having me again.
You're welcome. It's
Okay,
always
Anna,
nice
you're
to
welcome.
see you.
Always nice to see you. At least we've seen you. We've seen the face behind the camera now already. Hey, baby girl. Okay, we hope to see you again tomorrow, Anna.
No
All
problem.
right. All right.
Okay.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you guys. You want to give your parting statement, Andrew?
Yeah, I think the show was a beautiful show tonight. And want to tell everyone thank you who join us wherever you they join us from. I mean, thanks so much for Anna for committing herself while the kid giving her trouble, but that she's making it
I
make her a
know.
duty, to be here to stay on here to contribute. And actually, not because she's here before us physically on the camera, but she have made tremendous contributions towards the show, and she's helping the show to be a vibrant one. Let us all help to push it. And to all our listeners and viewer, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you on tomorrow for another stimulating discussion. Hopefully, we'll come with part two of this topic tomorrow so we can delve into it tomorrow. Thank you so much. It was
Absolutely.
a pro, and the rest of you join us. God bless.
I know. River says Pro said all a group topic when he's at work.
I know.
We'll bring another good one. Don't worry. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. It was an amazing one again tonight. We really had fun, and I hope you learned a thing or two because I really did learn from each and every one of you guys. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Andrew, for being here. Until
Okay.
next time, you want to add or you good?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we just give my final closure? Please, 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 if you're getting married or going back home to marry someone, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just make sure that when you're dating people, try to look at the things that you know are things that will be beneficial to you. And also, just like Miss P said, every relationship, whether here or there, you know, every relationship requires 50-50 effort. So just have an open mind and hope for the best when you're getting into such relationships. And if it doesn't work out, just pull yourself together. There's always a better half somewhere else. So
Right.
yeah, so just
Uh,
have an open mind. It's not a bad idea, but just be careful. Most people are evil these days.
exactly. Well, thank you for that. Definitely. You guys go ahead and share the show, invite your friends. Even if you didn't watch while we're live, you can still go ahead and stream it when you're on your drive to work and things like that. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you. I'll see you guys. All right. Thank you, Riverside Pro, for your contribution as well. You always make the show amazing. And thank you guys for all you do. We appreciate you. Check out my face shining so you people. Let me go. Yeah, go take bye. Bye. Yeah. Oh